Okay, good day guys. I have not watched back in full the video I made before. I don't know if I was ranting or raving or talking about 20 different things, but look, there's a few things going on with these cars, so let me clarify. The earlier non-Brembo 6-piston car, the 2016, I'm pretty sure they came out in 2015, has the, when you turn it all the way, click, that's a strut top, bearings on top of the shock absorbers. Now, this, I've actually never had it, but of course now I do. Listen to this. Here, listen. Okay, that's a common thing you get with tyres juddering on shiny concrete. Okay? Not the tyre noise. Hold on. See how it's, there we go, okay. Oof, don't need to go back up the gym, this is it. So, your rack rattle's gonna sound more like that. Rack rattle's gonna come from down there and it's gonna go grrr, right? Then you've got, when I got the car, turning, the wheel going, oops. The wheel going, that's gone. Refer to, like, look up my videos, find the blue car. As soon as I got it, I was complaining about the idle speed and that. I thought the whole diff was going to blow up because being a mechanic, that shit's just not normal, but Subaru's got their secrets, right? Okay, so we've got that going on as well. Okay, so you've got the click in the strut top towers, which cannot possibly happen on these cars because I spoke to the foreman ages ago, like over a year ago, and there was a different batch of strut top towers. That's sort of the first model, and that's why people say don't buy the first release. But I did because I couldn't wait, and I never regretted a minute of it. Oh, that's really smart in your Porsche. Oh, fucking idiot. Did you see that Porsche? He was doing 70k, 60 k's an hour in the car park. All right, I'll show him. Hey, boxer brother. Hey, my boxer brother. I'll get my 6-cylinder Liberty in here and it'll blow him out, blow his eardrums. Okay, so okay, so you've got the strut top knock. Now you've got this phenomenon with this click, knock, knock when you're turning. It's not normal. Now, if your steering rack is at a point where the bushes are worn and it's that bad, I'll tell you when you're going to get a rack rattle. When you turn into a driveway, hit the little ridge, it's going to go bang. And I just tested it. I specifically left the car park so I didn't have to pay a ticket and come back to the gym and do my shopping, come back, hit the driveway. I do not have that issue here, but I wish I'd captured it on the dirt because, guys, if I wasn't a mechanic, I'd be like, well, I better go to a mechanic and just check my front end. So this is the story. I've got 15,000 Ks. They've come up very, very quick on this car. And what else do we have? Now, I haven't really mentioned this. I don't really have it much on this car, but I have made videos where I've mentioned it. If you take off, I just don't get it at the moment. You can get little clicking from every corner of the car. Okay, Subaru, enough's enough, guys. You've got to upgrade your drivetrains. You've got to upgrade your drive shafts. You know we're putting more power on these cars. You've encouraged it in the Japanese video, which is hard to find on YouTube. It's 3.5 or 4 minutes. They're in Japanese going, the power's there in the aftermarket. We can't give you a new engine because it's not race proven. So we appreciate it. We love the EJ257, but they know we're putting a bit more power through it. And regardless, it does it stock. Forget the power increase. When you take off, you can get a little click, click, click. And I remember some Jags, the four-wheel drive Jags, X-Type Ford Mondeo rot boxes, Jag X-Type sits on Ford Mondeo, we'd loosen the drive shaft nuts and lubricate inside those splines, even though technically they're done up tight, and you know, that would alleviate it. But you can get a clicking in cars, and that's, so you take off, you've got a clicking. You turn into a street with bumps, you've got a rack rattle. You turn the steering here, there you go. That's the rack rattle. That's the sound you're going to get with the rack rattle. Please do it. There you go. That's your rack rattle noise. I could feel it. Maybe that's not the rack rattle now, but that's the same noise. So what's that rattle? That's the rack rattle. Okay, how can it do it? I don't know, right? Now, before, when I said nothing can go wrong with steering racks, of course it goes wrong. Tyre ends go, they're a separate component. Inner tyre ends go, that's a separate component. Then you've got the hydraulic ram seals, the boots tear and the seals piss oil out. And we all know on Subarus that the boots tear, CV joints dry out and tear, throw oil all over the rack, stuff like that. So look, I didn't mean to sound like an idiot. Steering racks can leak, but what I'm saying is, if you're going to go in and have your rack replaced for that noise, all you're doing is having your entire front end tampered with. Because see, with Subaru, the sway bar's there, there's other reinforcements there. It's not a BMW 320i where the rack's sort of just there, or a Toyota Camry shit box. You've got here a lot going on. Now, to remove the rack on this car, would you partially lower the subframe? I'd say yes. I don't know. But, you know, you're going to have a lot of stuff tampered with, okay? So you've got strut top bearings, rack rattle, tyre juddering on shiny concrete floors. Don't worry about it. Cars have done it for yonks, right? And then you've got... later on, what you're going to enjoy is the from the power steering pump, which they all do in the end. It can be a sort of dry hose on top. So, guys, you know, do your reading. Don't jump to conclusions. But now this new this Gavin guy on Facebook, sorry, I should know your name by now, but he has got, when he's turning slowly, he's got tuck, 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 tuck. Man, you know what I mean? Then on the 2018s with the big rims, you've got this when it was brand new. Right? Now someone's going to write, every time you make a video, you've got a different problem with your car. Mate, go and buy a Volkswagen and see what that is. I love my Subaru. And you know what? I'll be buying another one. They know it. They've got us by our balls. It's the best all-wheel drive system on earth. Right? Should I go around the car park with the diff locked and go... Let's see if it does it now. So, nothing to do with it. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Yes, cars have problems. I'll tell you what cars don't have problems, right? Honda Civic, besides the rear leaking shocks because they're made in Thailand. Okay, you've got Toyota Camry, Toyota Yaris, Toyota Echo, okay? All these sorts of cars, but if you think you're going to buy a Mercedes GLE or an A45, okay, guys, I went in my mate's $90,000 A45 today. He hit a pothole. Do you guys want to hear it? It sounded like, can someone get a fry pan and throw it on the floor? Hang on, I'll show you what it sounded like, right? We're driving an A45 Mercedes. It's $90,000 without the optional mechanical diff, and he hits a pothole and it's like this. Right? So just remember, guys, if you want to eliminate suspension noises, drive straight, drive smooth, and, you know, keep off the power and hit a pothole. And, you know, sway bar links come loose, but they're very short here. They don't bend easily, but I've had a couple come loose. Now, if you guys have modded your cars, you might find that to be the case. Now, I'm actually going to